He is the president of the Zionist Organization of America. Mort Klein, welcome back to America First.
Great to be with rational, centrist Americans, because that's what you are. Truth is not a political position, Dr. Gorka. You speak the truth. That's not right-wing. It's rational centrists.
I like that. I have to test something with you, if I may, President Klein. I have some friends of mine, Jewish friends, and when they heard the CNN interview with Joe Biden, they called it a blood libel. And I was a little bit confused because I'm interested with, I'm familiar with the blood libels of yore that were used against the Jewish community for more than a century. And I said, guys, can you, how is this a similar occurrence? And they said, oh, well, of course it is, because Joe Biden, the president of the United States, said on a television interview that the Jewish state is deliberately targeting civilian population centers. Once that was explained to me, I think I agree with them. Could you comment on the interview the current incumbent of the White House gave and what he said about Israel?
It is Professor John Spencer of West Point said Israel had the lowest proportion of civilians to combatants killed in any war. Less than 1 to 1. Average wars, it's 9.5 to 1. Our wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, 14 to 1. So to say that Israel is intentionally killing civilians is a blood libel. Worse than that, it's an unbelievable lie, because Israel is doing more to try to prevent civilian loss of life than any army in history. And let me tell you something else. These are not such innocent civilians. 90% of them support Hamas, a terrorist regime. 93% support 10/7, October 7th, this massacre of 1,200 Jews. They're not even so innocent. They're a monstrous culture, and so it's hard to have sympathy for people who have those types of attitudes.
And the fact that the only Jewish state is in a fight for its very existence, the greatest loss of life since the end of the Shoah, since the Holocaust, and America is now refusing to provide munitions. Your reaction?
Isn't it amazing that Joe Biden and Blinken and his whole national security staff is defending and protecting a terrorist group that's on our list of terrorist organizations who are dangerous for America? We have people on campuses now saying we are Hamas, wanting to kill Jews and Americans. By not arming Israel to allow them to destroy Hamas, we're encouraging more terrorism. We're strengthening and emboldening Iran. What's worse, people have to understand, Joe Biden, since day one, has given Iran $26 billion. This terrorist regime has ignored sanctions, allowing Iran to earn 50 to 100 billion more in oil revenues, which they weren't entitled to under the restrictions under President Donald Trump. And they take this money and they fund Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and other terrorist groups. Joe Biden's policies are strengthening and encouraging terrorism and murder. And let me make it clear, this is not against Jews only. Mahmoud al-Zahar, the co-founder of Hamas, has said in an interview at the end of October, first we're going to kill all the Jews, but I want everyone to know. Next, we're killing all the despicable Christians and the non-Muslims, and we're going to set up an caliphate with Islam running the world. This strengthening Hamas and Iran is a danger to all Americans, to the entire Western world. And Biden is strengthening these people intentionally. It is not for the votes in Michigan, Dr. Gorka. Yeah. And why do I say it's not for the votes in Michigan? First of all, he's going to lose as many votes by harming our greatest ally, Israel, as he will be gaining. Moreover, he's been attacking and taking policies hostile to Israel since day one, before Michigan was a twinkle in his eye. He has not allowed the Prime Minister of Israel at the White House. He allows the President of Jordan. He allows the head of Egypt. Never allowed Bibi Netanyahu to come to the White House. And every person he's appointed to important posts that affect Israel is somebody extremely anti-Israel. Hadi Amar, Mahir Bitar, Robert Malley, Samantha Powers, Blinken. People don't know these names. These are people who are extremely hostile to Israel. So this is intentionally strengthening enemies of America and enemies of Israel, and it's really sinister. It's sinister. It's not simply politics that he wants to get elected.
Yeah, it is a war for Judeo-Christian civilization. As the President of the United States, President Trump, said on my show a month ago, if you're a Democrat and you're Jewish and you vote for Joe Biden, you hate America. He's proven that because he's betrayed America. Follow him right now at Mort and A. Klein 7 on Twitter and ZOA.org. That's ZOA.org. Happy Shabbos to you, my friend.